Today, I'm gonna be focusing on really showing you what is causing your diabetes. I'm gonna open up the bag and tell you exactly what's going on here because you need to know this information. Because many of you right now are focused on what specifically your doctors are telling you, which is the cause of your diabetes. And I'm about to tell you right now, I'm gonna debunk everything you've heard about type 2 diabetes, because most of you right now are being told that your type 2 diabetes is because of increased blood sugars. That's currently what you're being told. I guarantee that's what you think it is as well. But the reality is, this is not what's causing your diabetes. Your diabetes has really nothing to do essentially with your your blood sugars specifically. Now, here's what I want you to understand. Does elevated blood sugars create an issue? 100%. I am not saying that high blood sugars are not gonna cause problems to your body, because elevated blood sugars will definitely cause damage. But the reality, your elevated blood sugars is only a symptom of what's really going on inside your body in regards to type 2 diabetes. So let's get into this. So when we look at your body here, you have cells, and you have trillions of cells. I mean, think about this. What part of your body is not made of cells? Nothing. Everything. Your hair, your eyes, your skin, your organs, everything is made of cells. And I want you to think about each one of these cells is essentially inside that cell is your engine, right? So when you consume food, that food goes into your digestive tract and it breaks it down into what's called glucose. Glucose is what sugar is, right? It's your sugar. But essentially, glucose is your fuel. It is your fuel. And if you don't have enough of this, then you can't do anything. If you don't have enough gas going to your engine, what happens? You can't go anywhere, and your car is not going to go anywhere. Glucose is no different. Now, this glucose has to get into your cell, right? Because remember, this is your fuel. If your fuel never gets into your engine, where's your car going? Not going to go anywhere. Same thing for your body. It has to get into this cell. Inside that cell right there is very, very important. So how does it do that? Well, it leaves your gut and goes into your bloodstream. So we have your bloodstream outside of here, and now the sugar is going to release into the glucose into your cell, to your engine. But here's what happens in a scenario that is perfectly fine. It gets into this cell right there. It utilizes itself into the cell. The cell's happy. It's really positive. Everything's great. And you feel good. You function good, and you are healthy. This is what normal physiology should look like. Normal human being. When you have no diabetes, this is what's happening inside your body every single day, and it's perfectly fine. And if you can maintain this, you will be healthy for a very long time and no signs of disease in your body. But what typically happens in the diabetic situation is when this sugar tries to get in, it's blocked. Now, with one cell, is that a big deal? No, not a big deal at all. But what if this now becomes 100 cells or 1,000 plus, maybe 1 million, 2 million, 3 million? As these numbers start to go up, and again, now you have multiple cells that are being impacted, what's gonna happen? You're gonna start to see elevation in blood sugars. Why? Because if the sugar can't go into your cells, where's it gonna go? Right back into the bloodstream. And over time, when this happens, again, this process can take 10 to 20 years to develop where you start seeing elevated sugars. So this doesn't happen overnight. This doesn't happen in a couple of days or even weeks. It takes decades to occur. Now, eventually, when enough of this is going on and you have this increase in glucose in your bloodstream, you go see your doctor one day. And your doctor says, you have elevated blood sugars, you have type 2 diabetes. You can now get the diagnosis. And what is all the focus on? What can we do? All the focus is trying to lower blood sugars. So here's the question. If all we do is focus on trying to lower the blood sugars, is that ever gonna fix our cells? No. Because lowering sugars, is that gonna fix the cell? You see, the real question we should be asking is, what is causing this? Why is there a block right there not allowing the sugar to get in? And if you're not finding out what that is in your body, I don't care what you do to try to lower those sugars. Over time, as more and more cells get impacted by this problem because it's still there, you will not get better. And this is what's so frustrating for so many individuals with type 2 diabetes, because all of their focus is here and nothing is being addressed here. Now, there may be some things that could be causing this. Lifestyle could be an issue. Maybe you're not eating properly. Maybe it is a weight situation. And those could be some components, but what I can tell you, I have been doing this for over 20 years. I have evaluated thousands upon thousands of diabetics, and in my office probably more because I have other clinicians in there as well. We've identified and looked at multiple tests. We have found that for most people, usually between about 10 to 17 problems. And when I say problems, I'm referring to this right here. We have found is that roughly between 10 and 17 problems are their cause to this problem right there. So let me ask you again, if you're just focusing on losing weight, exercising, eating better, which are 3 potential problems, and you actually have 10 problems, which means there are still 7 problems that have been unidentified, is that going to fix your cells? No. Is that going to help you lower your sugars naturally? No. So what happens over time is it progresses. And this is exactly the reason why diabetes is called a progressive disease, because progression means what? It's going to get worse with time no matter what you do. Why is that? Because the focus is only on the sugars. So unless you get evaluated appropriately and identify all the problems that you currently have that is driving this cellular damage right here, not allowing your sugars to get in, you're never going to reverse your diabetes. You're going to continue having diabetes and the risks of the complications that are associated with diabetes. And if you want to watch that, go back to one of my previous videos. I go through all the complications that are associated with diabetes. So let me stress this really, really importantly for you. If you're right now, all your focus is trying to lower sugars, and how do you lower sugars? Change your diet, exercise, lose weight, and take medication. If that's the only thing you're doing, you will never reverse your diabetes. Now, I shouldn't say never, because even a blind squirrel can find a nut sometimes. Because there are some individuals who will do this type of work and they'll actually lower their sugars enough and reverse their diabetes. But for a majority of people, and the stats are clear, that's not going to happen. This is the focus right here. And if you want a reversal process like we see in our practice, which I have no problem stating that we have an 85 to 95% reversal rate because we focus here and never over here. Now, is there things that we do over here? Of course, we're going to do that because we want to help you. But unless we focus here with this, you're going to miss out on the big opportunity. So the next time you're with your doctor, ask them, hey doctor, what are we doing to find the cause of my cellular disease? If they can't answer that answer for you, you need to seek other professional help. And you can reach out to my office or someone else's office if you want to that's doing this work as well, because thank goodness we have a lot of other clinicians that are helping, because there's a big number of type 2 diabetics and we need other clinicians. We can't help everybody. All right, I hope that this was worth your time. I hope that this was helpful for you, because this is a key component to what the cause of your diabetes is. And I'll probably go in some more depth as well on a later video, but I want to make sure, rewind this again, watch it again, over and over again, because it's important to get this data for your own purpose, because this is how you're going to reduce the risk of complications and how you're going to truly have an opportunity to stop the progression and reverse your diabetes. All right, make sure you join us for next week when we have a new category of information we're going to be going over of how we can help you with your type 2 diabetes. Have a great day, guys. Take care.